Good afternoon from the EGSL fields in Oakland City, Indiana. It's time for college softball, a River State Conference matchup as Oakland City University with a record of 18-10, 12-2 in the River State Conference will take on the Indiana University Southeast Grenadiers. They're at 12-7, 6-6 in conference, but only 1-1 overall away. So a big road contest for the Grenadiers today. Hello, everyone. I'm Walt Ferber, along with producer-director David Hose and Hall of Famer Patty Bookton. Glad to bring our contest along with you today. We had an opportunity to sit down and chat with McKendry Ward, the head softball coach at Oakland City University, before today's contest, and here is that interview. Coach, it is always a pleasure. It's very impressive. I get to sit up here and watch you guys and flap my gums, and you guys are playing some very, very impressive softball right now.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I think we're starting to mesh a little bit better and kind of figure out what everybody can do, and everybody's contributing in those roles, so that's been huge for us.
Versatility continues. I got to start out by talking about the pitching and our game one win of the last doubleheader. Gracie did everything. She pitched a great, complete game shutout and got all of our run production.
Yeah, Grace did really, really well. Game one against Brescia. Her pitching was there, and she finally stayed in her legs a little bit and waited on a ball, and she had a well-hit ball. So.
And then the second game, we just flat out took care of business.
Yeah, thank goodness. It was about time. Yeah, we were extremely happy with how the second game turned out, especially our hitting. Hitting more things on a line has kind of been our key lately and our emphasis. So they finally started doing that game too, and good things happened.
And, I am impressed that when we started the year, the field was not in the best shape. And I know you guys have put a heck of a lot of sweat equity in. And for Brescia, I thought the field was pretty dry. We haven't, outside of the first of the month, we haven't gotten hardly any rain at all. And kind of rolled the dice a little bit, and
yeah.
we don't have to water, and the field looks in pretty good shape.
Yeah, thank you. The rain helped us yesterday. It was really, really dry, and we don't have a watering system out here, so we were thankful that it rained a little bit, and that actually the field looks pretty good, and it's better to play on a wet field than a dry field. So.
I would agree with that. IU Southeast today, I look at this rivalry, and, it's close in proximity. If I'm an alma mater of anybody in the River States, it's IUS, because I took one class there back in my IU days because I couldn't get freshman comp in Bloomington my freshman year.
That's cool.
And they have grown, and I know this is a fact that this is one of our big rivals.
Yeah, IUS has always been a rival for us for a lot of years now. So I'm interested to see how we respond today. We're excited. Everybody's ready to play. Looking forward to it. So it should be a good day.
Okay. All right, we're going to have to cut off the last part of that interview because we're going to get the show on the road just a little bit early. Grace Butcher is on the circle for Oakland City University, as the first pitch is going to have some sizzle to it and was not swung around, and it will be a ball. Josie Lemon, the right fielder, will step in, a junior out of St. Paul, Indiana. That is 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count. Oakland City defensively, Jordan Buford's at first. Takes a slap at it, and that's a strike. Bailey Rhodes at second. Megan Stewart, the shortstop. Hannah Whistle is at third. Casey Wood in left. Kinsley Heichelbeck in center. Kat Hibbett is in right. Hallie McCracken behind the plate, and in the circle is Grace Butcher. Foul straight back, and I'm kind of glad that fence was there because it was kind of shooting straight at us. Lemon's out of Columbus North High School. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Slap to short. Stewart throws it to first. And there's one up and one. That's going to bring up Mackenzie Walters, the junior out of Liston, Indiana. That's hit to Stewart at short. She fields and fires to first. And that combination has been good for the first 2 outs of the top of the first inning. As that is going to bring up Sophia Guy, a sophomore from Mooresville, Indiana. So 2 up and 2 gone. Glad to have you along with us. GoMightyOaks.com and the Go Mighty Oaks YouTube channel. A little bit of a conference in the circle. Butcher comes in with a record of 6-4 and a 1.86 ERA. 14th appearance, 8th start. She has 6 complete games, 3 shutouts, 60 in the third innings, 59 hits, 25 runs, 16 earned runs. Struck out 65, walked 10, 12 doubles. No triples or homers, a 249 batting average against, 2 wild pitches, and 3 hit batters, and that is swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 the count. Riser high. 2 balls and 1 strike. It is a chilly afternoon. This has been a week, as that's fouled back, 2-2. If you're looking for an advertisement for Indiana weather, this has been a good week for it. Thinking about getting my lawn mowed, it was 87 degrees yesterday, and it's only about 50 degrees cooler today. That is a strike, and that is all for Guy, and that is all for the Grenadiers in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. 1 half played here at EG. Well, actually, that's 2 strikes, all right? Yeah, I was getting ahead of myself a little bit there. 2 gone.
That was an illegal pitch.
Oh. Okay, that was an illegal pitch. All right. You see, there is a reason that I have David and a Hall of Fame softball coach in the box with me. That's swung and missed, and that's a strike. An illegal pitch. That's what the conference in the circle was about. A wide to the 0-2. That is fouled out of play. 2 gone here in the first inning. Team ERA of the team of the Mighty Oaks is a 2.77. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That is hit into foul territory and is going to bounce just out of play. Top half of inning number 1. That's going to miss just a little bit. Guy hitting at .339, 20 hits, 59 at bats, 17 runs scored, 2 homers, and 16 runs batted in. Guy is a right-handed batter. Guy, a sophomore from Mooresville, Indiana. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's going to get into left center field, and that's the first base hit of the ball game for the Grenadiers. So 2 out and 1 on as the DP Gaither will step to the plate. Savannah Gaither, a senior from Jeffersonville, Indiana. That is a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Played her softball at Charlestown High School. There was a Charlestown Pirate there. Foul back. And she's in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Gaither hitting at .439, 18 hits, 41 at bats, 6 runs scored, no homers, and 9 runs batted in. Riser high, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Butcher pitched a complete game shutout in her last appearance against Brescia. Now it's foul back behind us, and it stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. That misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2-2. Fouled off again. And Gator continues to battle Grace Butcher. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oaks started the season slowly, but have been on a tear as of late. Short left. Over the shoulder play, and Stewart holds on to it. She went a long way for a web gem play in short left field. And that's all for the Grenadiers in the first inning. No runs, a hit, no error, 1 left, 1 half inning played here at EGSL. With the score, Indiana University Southeast nothing, Oakland City University coming to bat. We're going to take a break. You are watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill on Go Mighty Oaks. Back at EGSL in the circle for Indiana University Southeast is Hallie Foley. She is a junior out of Memphis, Indiana. Foley, a 5-2 record with a 5.02 ERA. This is her 12th appearance and her 11th start. She has a complete game. First pitch to Grace Butcher is high. 1 complete game, 54 in the third, 76 hits, 45 runs, 39 earned, 25 walks and 30 strikeouts, 15 doubles, 3 triples, a homer, and a .328 batting average against 3 wild pitches and 5 hit batters. And it is Butcher who does it all for the Oaks. Hits that one into shallow left field. Left fielder comes in. That is Stapleton, and makes the play for the first out here in the bottom half of the first. Casey Wood, a senior out of Princeton, Indiana, will step in now. Glue person on this team. Been an integral part of the squad for a long time, and that is a strike. Pardon me, that is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. That's a strike. It evens the count up at 1-1. Casey at .333, 32 hits, 96 at bats, 18 runs scored, no homers, and 17 runs batted in. She bunts that one, and it is foul. No score. Oakland City's team batting average at .365. The opposition is at .267. One and two the count. That's hit to second. That's going to be 4-3 on the out. As that goes Winslow to Walters. And that is the second out of the Oakland City first, as Bailey Cox, the DP, will step in. Bailey, a junior out of Mount Vernon, Indiana. And the first pitch is a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Wide of the 1-0. Off speed misses high. And it's 2-0. That's a ball, 3-0. Bailey at .379. 33 hits, 87 at bats, 11 runs scored, no homers, and 18 runs batted in. Strike on the inside corner. It is 3-1. 3-1. Walt Ferber, producer, director David Hose with you here. A triple header for us today. As that's hit into right field, that's going to drop in for a base hit. So with 2 out, Cox is on at first. And that is the first base hit of the ball game for Oakland City University. And that'll bring up Jordan Buford, the junior from Paducah, Kentucky. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. And will even up the count, and a ball and a strike. 1-1 the count. Into right center. See ya. And that makes it a 2-0 ball game, as Jordan Buford will touch them all. She leads the team in hitting, and that is her 6th home run of the year and her 30th and 31st RBI. The versatility of this offensive attack for the Oaks as of late has been stellar. And that will bring up Hallie McCracken, the sophomore out of Spotsville, Kentucky, who played at Henderson County High School. McCracken at .350, 35 hits, 100 at bats, 14 runs scored, 2 homers, 22 runs batted in, and she drills that in the 5.5 hole. And she is on with a base hit. So the barrage continues for the Oaks, and that's going to bring up Bailey Rhodes, the second baseman, the senior from Mount Vernon, Indiana, and that pitch is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Bailey's at 398. It's high and outside. 35 hits, 88 at bats, 17 runs scored, no homers, and 19 runs batted in. Strike on the inside corner. It's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes with McCracken at first base. Foul down the third base line. That's the one thing you could tell from Bailey there, that stung a little bit. You hit that off the wrong part of the bat today, and it doesn't feel good. Off-speed pitch. That one will miss, and it's 2-2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and it's a 2-0 ball game on the 2-run homer. That is hit into right. That is going to go over the right fielder's head, and I think it's going to score another run, as it is, as Rhodes is in at second base, as McCracken will score all the way from first, and it is 3-0 Oakland City University. 7th batter of the first, Hannah Whistle, steps up. Hannah, out of Evansville Wrights High School, a senior, and has played an outstanding third base for the Oaks. 2 gone here on the first frame. The Oaks out and have started this first game in style. That is fouled out of play. Hannah hitting at 360. 32 hits, 89 at bats, 25 runs scored, 4 homers, and 19 runs batted in. That is an atom ball, as that is hit right at the third baseman, Lester, and that is all for the Oaks in inning number 1, but they send 7 batters to the plate in the first inning and come up with 3 runs, with the big bomb being a Jordan Buford 2-run homer. We have played 1 complete in the first of a doubleheader today, with the score Oakland City University 3 and Indiana University Southeast nothing. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg. GoMightyOaks.com and the Go. We're back. Grace Stapleton will start things off here in the top half of the second inning. She's at 393. Hits that one to Rhodes at second, fields and fires, and quickly 1 up and 1 gone in the Grenadier top half of the second inning. And that will bring up the third baseman. That is Caitlin Lester, a junior from Greenwood, Indiana. Misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Lester, 279. 15 hits, 54 at bats, 10 runs scored, no homers, and 8 runs batted in. That's high and outside, and it's 2-0. Grenadiers hitting .324 as a team this year with the opposition at 298. That is a strike, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Oaks in the baby blue uniforms today. Indiana University Southeast in the white with crimson numerals and scripts. Swing and a miss on the riser, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lillian Mackey, the catcher, on deck for IUS. Riser misses there. Full count, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg. Our sponsor, Pizza by the Pound. Raider Wednesday coming back in the spring as that's fouled off. April 1st, Paul Kinker and the Southridge tennis team. And on April 8th, it will be the Southridge softball team. And we have added another, I believe it's the 11th of May. It'll be Gene Mattingly and the Southridge baseball team, all at the Gaslight in Huntingburg. That's hit into left center field, a base hit. Second base hit of the ball game for the Grenadiers. 1 on and 1 out. As Lillian Mackey will step up to the plate now. Mackey at 300. 9 hits, 30 at bats, 3 runs scored, no homers, and 6 runs batted in. Mackey is the catcher. That's fouled straight back. A redshirt sophomore out of Columbus, Indiana. Columbus North High School, to be precise. And misses high and outside. Throw back to first. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out here in the top half of the second. Butcher 1 1/3. 33 pitches, 2 hits, no runs. 1 strikeout, no walks, 6 batters faced. Checks on that one. A little bit high, and it's 2-2. Yes, that is wind you hear and it's been a windy last couple of days. And it's high. And it was 87 degrees yesterday in DuBois County and in Gibson County. And it's not quite that warm today. That's hit hard. That's back. What a play by Casey Wood, the left fielder. At the very least, took extra bases away from Mackey and possibly it was close to going out of the yard. 2 outs. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, Elena Winsler, a senior from Bloomington, Indiana. That is a strike, no balls, and 1 strike. Winsler from Edgewood High School, a senior. She was an Edgewood Mustang. Fouled off, and that is 2 strikes. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, and 2 to count. Winsler hitting at 275 with no homers and 7 runs. Batted in as that's fouled straight back. 11 hits, 40 at bats, 10 runs scored. No homers and 7 runs batted in. That's a strike on the outside corner, and you can ring up Winsler. That is the second strikeout of the ball game for Grace Butcher. In the inning, for the Grenadiers. No runs, 1 hit, no error, 1 left. 1.5 played here at EGSL with the score. Oakland City University 3 and Indiana University Southeast nothing. You are watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill. GoMightyOaks.com and the Go Mighty Oaks YouTube channel. We're back at EGSL. It's 8-9-1 for the Oaks as Kinsley Heichelbeck, the center fielder, steps in, and that's going to miss outside. 1 ball and no strikes. How about that when you can put a .453 hitter in your 8th spot in the order? And that goes off the pitcher, and that's going to be 153, but taking a shot was the pitcher, Hallie Foley, and trainer's going to go out and take a look at her to see if she's able to continue. She's waving him off. She is a tough young lady as Heichelbeck ripped that one back up the middle. As they'll take a look, and we'll see if she's able to go. And if not, the Grenadiers have 3 pitchers listed statistically. And we'll see if they end up bringing a new pitcher out. And hey, look at that. We'll look at Foley's statistics. She's 5-2 with a 5.02 ERA. Her 12th appearance, 11th start. She does have a complete game, as she's taken some warm-up tosses there. 54 in the 3rd innings, 76 hits, 45 runs, 39 of them earned. 30 strikeouts, 25 walks, 15 doubles, 3 triples, 1 homer, 328 against. You also have Emma Davis, who's 7-4 with a 3.18 ERA, and Liv Morris, who's 0-0 with a 6.77 ERA. Well, Foley is going to be able to continue, and that is certainly good news. Don't ever want to see anybody injured. Riser is high to Megan Stewart, the number 9 hitter for the Oaks. A sophomore out of Evansville, Indiana. That's drilled into left field, and that's going to be a base hit. And Stewart's really started hitting the ball well lately. So 1 on and 1 out, and that puts us back up to the top of the order. And the pitcher, Grace Butcher, who flew out to left field back in the 1st inning. Swing and a miss. Grace at .395, 32 hits, 81 at bats, 19 runs scored, 2 homers and 12 runs batted in. Duck snort. Gonna drop. 1st and 2nd as that got right in front of Guy, the center fielder. and back-to-back base hits here in the second. That's going to bring up Casey Wood, who just made an outstanding over-the-shoulder catch in the top half of the frame. She's 0 for 1 here so far today, and that is a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Foul. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Wood at .333, no homers, 17 runs batted in. 32 hits, 96 at bats, 18 runs scored. Only 1 gone, fouled off, and the Oaks are already up 3-0. Big blow in the first, a 2-run homer by Jordan Buford. That's hit the second. That is 4-3 on the out. Wenzel to Walters, 2 gone. And that's going to leave it up to Bailey Cox, who got got the first base hit for the Oaks, back of the first. And it's a strike on the inside corner. Cox, a junior from Mount Vernon, Indiana, catches and plays second base. DP today. Hits that, but gets around on it a bit too much, and that is a foul ball. 2 strikes to Cox. No balls and 2 strikes. Cox hitting at .379. That's his call, 3rd strike, and that will end the inning as the Oaks threaten but do not score. We have played 2 complete here at EGSL with the score. Oakland City University 3 and Indiana University Southeast 0. You're watching
The National Christian College Athletic Association is dedicated to keeping Christ at the center of intercollegiate athletics, empowering student athletes and coaches to make a meaningful impact for Christ. Our member schools embody the love of Christ through our game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. With 23 national championship events, we serve 88 member schools across the United States and Canada. The NCCAA, where ring chasing and king chasing converge.
back at EGSL, heading to the 3rd. Grace Butcher in the circle's done well, as is normally the case with her. 2 innings, 43 pitches, 2 hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, no walks, 8 batters faced. The 9-hitter Ava Allen, the shortstop, steps in and takes the first pitch for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Allen, a freshman out of Coatesville, Indiana. Hits that into right, and that's going to get past Kat Hibbett in right, and heading all the way to 3rd base standing is Allen. And that puts the Grenadiers in pretty good position here in the top half of the 3rd, as that will bring up Josie Lemons, a junior from St. Paul, Indiana. One on, nobody out. That's fouled off. Josie leads the team, hitting at .446, 29 hits, 65 at bats, 16 runs scored, no homers, and 12 runs batted in. With the Grenadiers, a runner at third. 2 strikes, the count to Lemons. Played her softball, high school softball at Columbus North High School. 5 feet 6 inches tall. 2 balls and a strike now to her. 2-1. That misses, and it's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. That's ball 4, and the Grenadiers have them on the corners. First walk of the contest. For Butcher. Leveled at first. Ava Allen is at third. Kenzie Walters, the first baseman, grounded out short to first her first time up. Into right field. Hammond comes in, makes the play, gets herself in position so nobody can move, and that's the first out of inning 3. Well, as Hibbett out of Owensboro played that one well. Sophia Guy, 1-for-1 on the day. The center fielder will be the next hitter. Sophomore from Mooresville, Indiana. That is into right center, and that's going to be a base hit, and that's going to score. Maybe score 2. And in at third base with a stand-up triple is Guy. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-run game. As it is 3-2. Ava Allen will score from third base. Lemon scores all the way from first. And we got ourselves a ball game here, and that brings Coach Ward out to have a conversation with Coach Butcher. So 1 out, and the tying run is at third base for the Grenadiers. Very quick conference. Coach Ward will head back to the dugout. And that will bring up Savannah Gaither, the senior out of Jeffersonville, Indiana. And she'll big out here for Butcher. Excuse me, foul. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, and 1 of the count. Gaither, 439, 18 hits, 41 at bats, no homers, 9 runs batted in. Blew that one past her. No balls and 2 strikes. Gaither played her high school softball at Charlestown High School, the Charlestown Pirate, senior. That's hit into foul territory and out of play. And it stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Butcher up to 52 pitches. The wide, the 0-2 from Butcher. And we're tied. That's into right center. Good piece of hitting by Savannah Gaither, who is 1 for 2. As she brings home Guy. And it's a 3-3 ball game. And there's still only one out. Stapleton 0 for 1 steps in, and that's low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Stapleton, a junior from Shirley, Indiana. Fouls that one out of play. That hit something. And it didn't sound good when it hit it, whatever it was. And misses inside. Stapleton 393, 11 hits, 28 at bats, 8 runs scored, no homers, 10 runs batted in. And it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. It's been a big inning for the Grenadiers. Strike. Pardon me, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 3-2 to count. Heading into foul territory. It is a foul ball. Now the first base line, and it is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Stapleton back in the batter's box. That's ball 4. So first and second as Gaither goes to second base. Stapleton is on at first, and Lester, working a 1-for-1 ball game, will step in. Junior from Greenwood, Indiana. That is a strike, no balls, and 1 strike. Wide the 0-1. Squares around the butt. Throw to first is in time, and the Grenadiers do what they want as they get the runners advanced over. So Lester is out, but Stapleton goes to second base. Gaither goes to third. And the 8th batter of the 3rd inning for IUS will be Lillian Mackey, who is 0 for 1. Line and the pitch from Butcher. That just misses, 1 ball and no strikes. Mackey flew out to Wood and left her first time. Wood made a heck of an over-the-shoulder play on that one. Fouled, out of play. Mackey at the plate. Fouled straight back. Mackey at 300. No homers and 6 runs batted in. Swing and a miss, and finally, that is all for the Grenadiers in the top half of the 3rd inning. But they send 8 batters to the plate in the frame, and they post 3 runs and tie this puppy up. We played 2.5 innings here at EGSL with the score: Oakland City University 3 and Indiana University Southeast 3. Going to take a break. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg on GoMoneyOaks.com. My apologies. We're back. Jordan Bufford stepping in. Just had a nice conversation with her mom in between innings there. And I'm going to give great apologies. It is Bufford. It is not Buford. So if I'm messing up one of the names, you need to come around and say something so we can get it corrected. Buford put the Oaks on the board in the first inning with a 2-run homer. Bufford, a junior out of Paducah, Kentucky. Strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's hit to second. That is 4-3 on the out, and there's 1 gone. As that goes Wenzel to Walters. And that's going to bring up the catcher, McCracken. That's busted up to center field, and that's a base hit. Possible lead run at first base with 1 out. Bailey Rhodes, the second baseman from Mount Vernon, Indiana, will take a strike on the inside corner. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Bailey knocked in McCracken in that 3-run first for the Oaks. Off-speed misses inside. And it is 2 balls and 1 strike. Well into left, that's going to bounce in for a base hit. And runners at first and second for Oakland City. Rhodes is at first. McCracken is at second. Had a whistle. The third baseman lined out to third to end the first inning. Off-speed pitch hits the inside corner, and that is strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Down the left field line, that is a foul ball. Hannah hitting at .360, 32 hits, 89 at bats, 25 runs scored, 4 homers and 19 runs batted in. And misses outside. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Done a great job. She also does outstanding photography. High and outside, 2-2. Foley for IUS, 2 1/3, 44 pitches, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 strikeout, no walks, and 14 batters faced. That's inside, and it's a full count. A wide one here would load the bases. Elevator shaft, duck stoner into right center. That was a good job by the Grenadier center fielder Sophia Guy. That's the second out of the third inning. Gonna leave it up to Kinsley Heichelbach, who hit one off of Foley. In the second, it was a 1-5-3 out. Foley able to continue, but she's 0 for 1 for the day. And that is a strike, no balls and 1 strike. 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike, 2 outs. Into center, that's a base hit. And wisely, very wisely, McCracken stays at third as you got Heichelbeck at first. Rhodes is at second. At third base is McCracken. And the shortstop, Megan Stewart, who's 1 for 1 on the day, tries to break the tie. That's fouled off, and it's no balls, 1 strike. Stewart, a sophomore from Evansville. That misses outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one. Stewart at 203. That gets into left center field. That's a base hit, and it's 4-3 Oakland City. So Stewart knocks a run in as McCracken will score from third base. Going to third base is Rhodes. Going to second base is Heichelbeck, and we flip back up to the top of the order. And Grace Butcher, who has a chance now to help herself. The leadoff batter on for Oakland City for the third time in the third inning. That's a strike on the inside corner. Butcher, .395, 32 hits, 81 at bats, 19 runs scored, 2 homers, 12 runs batted in. Fouled off, and she's in the hole, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes coming off the win over Brescia, where she pitched a complete game shutout and also got the 2-run homer, a walk-off homer in the bottom half of the 7th for the win. That misses outside, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Butcher, the 7th batter of the Oakland City third, is Casey Wood. The left fielder from Princeton is on deck, and that's going to get into left field. That's a base hit. Center fielder bobbles it. It's 2-run score. So Butcher gets a seeing eye single that knocks in 2. As Rhodes will score from third base. Scoring from second base is Heichelbeck. And it's now a 6-3 Oakland City lead as they were up by 3 when the inning started. The Grenadiers got 3 runs in the top half of the frame, and now Oakland City has got 3 runs in the bottom half of the frame as Casey Wood is the next scheduled batter for Oakland City. We're going to play this game and then have about 25 minutes, and we'll have a second game. And then David Hose and I will go back to the Johnson Center. It's probably a little warmer than it is here. And it's men's volleyball. It's at 7 Central. 7 Central tonight for that. As Casey Wood will be the 8th hitter of the Oakland City inning, and that is a strike on the inside corner. Casey is 0 for 2. No balls and 1 strike. Fouled off. 2 strikes to count. That just misses. The veteran Wood, .333 with no homers and 17 runs batted in. That is fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foley with 63 pitches. High and outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the third. Three and 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A wide one would load the bases. That is an atom ball. Right at the third baseman, Caitlin Lester. Lester steps on the bag for the fielder's choice, and that ends the third inning for the Oaks. But they send 8 batters up in the third and come up with 3 runs. The big blow, a Grace Butcher 2 RBI single. 3 complete in game 1 with the score Oakland City University 6, Indiana University Southeast 3. You're watching Oakland City University softball. Brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg. GoMightyOaks.com and the Go. Back at EGSL as we're going to the fourth. 8-9-1 for the Grenadiers. As we'll start off with Elena Winsler, a senior from Bloomington, Indiana, who's 0 for 1 as she struck out of the second inning up to start off the top half of the fourth. It'll be followed by Ava Allen, the catcher, then back up to the top of the order, and that's hit over Hibbett's head in right field. And burning it to third base is Winsler. And so the Grenadiers cooking with gas as we start off the home half of the fourth, as Ava Allen steps up, and she tripled in the third and scored in her only appearance. Allen's a freshman from Coatesville, Indiana. Heichelbeck in center field comes in, makes the play. It is thrown. It's close. They got her. That's an 8-2. That's one heck of a play. So that is actually an 8-2 double play as Winsler is thrown out at the plate. So 2 up and 2 down, and Heichelbeck, her stellar play in center field, will bring up Lemon, who is 1 for 2. That is a strike. Josie Lemon, a junior out of St. Paul, Indiana, bounced out short to first in the first. Got a base hit, scored in the third. Swing and a miss. She was knocked home by the center fielder, Sophia Guy. No balls and 2 strikes. Riser high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the wide of the 1-2. Foul tipped, it stays at 1-2. Butcher 3 2/3 innings, 72 pitches, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned. Struck out 3, walked 2, and 18 batters faced. And another foul tip, and it stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2. Just misses outside. And that just misses. Three balls and 2 strikes. That's hit to Hannah at third. Whistle throws to Bufford at first. And that is all for the Grenadiers in the top half of the fourth. No runs, a hit, no error, nobody left on base. We have played 3.5 in game 1 with the score Oakland City University 6 and Indiana University Southeast 3. You're watching Oakland City University softball. Brought to you with the Gaslight Pizza Grill in Uptown Huntingburg. Go Mighty Oaks. We're back at EGSL, home half of the fourth. The 3-spot hitter Bailey Cox in for the Oaks and takes the first pitch inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Bailey, base hit in the first, struck out looking in the second. That is low. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count. Into right center, and that's a base hit for Cox. So a leadoff base hit for Oakland City in the fourth as Bufford will come up. She had a 2-run homer in the first. 2-run, that's Cross, isn't it? Cross running for Cox. When I don't have to look at the sheet, Cross has run a lot. Pinch ran a lot for the Oaks this year. Bufford steps in, a junior from Paducah, Kentucky. And a left-handed batter. That misses. It's 1 ball and no strikes. That's high. I think got under it a little bit too much as the center fielder, Sophia Guy, will get that one for the first out of the fourth inning. McCracken has been on twice and scored twice today. The Oakland City University catcher, that's high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Was knocked in by Rhodes in the first. That's hit well. You know what? That's gone. That is a 2-run homer, and it's 8-3. As McCracken and the Oaks are now up 8-3. That home run by McCracken, adding 2 more to the tally. That's her 3rd homer of the year and her 23rd and 24th RBIs of the year. And it looks like we are going to have a new pitcher. That is Liv Morris will be the new pitcher. As we look at the stats for Foley, 3 in the third inning, 77 pitches, 13 hits, 8 runs, all 8 of them are earned. 1 strikeout, no walks, and 23 batters faced. The new pitcher is Liv Morris, 0-0 with a 6.77 ERA. Her 8th appearance, 10 in the third innings, 11 hits, 10 runs, 10 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, 8 walks, 2 doubles, no triples, no homers, 268 batting average against, 3 wild pitches, and 1 hit batter. Once again, Morris is the new pitcher. Liv Morris, a redshirt sophomore from Mooresville, Indiana. So 2 runs in the inning so far. Rhodes is at the plate, and she's been on base twice. That's low and inside. Knocked one in the first and got a base hit and scored. Was knocked in by Grace Butcher, the pitcher, in the third. That is a strike. That is hit into right. And that is going to be out number 2. As pretty good play by the Grenadier right fielder, Lemon. Hannah Whistle will step in for the Oaks. She's 0 for 2 on the day. That is low and inside. .360 is her batting average. 4 homers, 19 runs batted in as that is fouled out of play. One ball and 1 strike to count. And that is fouled out of play. It's 1-2. And that is fouled out of play. Oakland City University with 3 in the first, 3 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. Indiana University Southeast with 3 in the third. 8 runs, 13 hits, no errors for Oakland City. 3-6-0 for Indiana University Southeast. And that is fouled back, and it's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That is hit in the air and fouled out of play. And it stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kinsley Heichelbeck on deck for the Mighty Oaks. Hoping to get a crack here in the fourth. Riser high, 2-2. Again, we got the deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And an 8-3 game. Fouled out of play again, as it's a battle between Morris and Hannah Whistle. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Morris does her job, but in the fourth inning, a two-run homer by McCracken adds two more for the Oaks, as we have played four complete in game one with the score Oakland City University 8 and Indiana University Southeast 3. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg and GoMightyOaks.com and the Go Mighty Oaks YouTube channel. We're back at EGSL going to inning number 5 in game one, as it is still Grace Butcher in the circle for OCU. It's the height of the order for the Grenadiers. Mackenzie Walters, the first baseman, Sophia Guy, the center fielder, Savannah Guthrie, the DP. On a blustery Friday afternoon. Strike on the inside corner. Walters is 0 for 2. Bounced out short to first in the first and flew out to Hibbett in right field in the third. That is hit into right center field. Eichelbeck goes a long way and makes the play. And there's one gone for the Grenadiers here on the top half of the fifth. Sophia Guy steps in. Got a base hit in the first, and got a base hit knocking a couple in, scoring herself, and that is hit down the right field line, and that's foul and out of play. Hibbett, the senior, going a long way on that one. Sophia Guy, sophomore from Mooresville, Indiana. And that is hit into left field. And that was an outstanding play. Was that Whistle or was that Stewart? No, that was Stewart. Stewart went out there, the shortstop, and made a heck of a play for the second out of the fifth inning. Gaither, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Will foul that one out of play, so it's 2 up and 2 out down for the Grenadiers in the fifth. Gaither is senior from Jeffersonville. Fouls that one off. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Stewart at short, fields and fires. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for IUS in the fifth. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. 4.5 played in game one with the score Oakland City University 8 and Indiana University Southeast 3. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg. GoMightyOaks.com. Two was the one that tripled.
Yeah, 2 tripled. Then there was a fly out the center. She got thrown out at the plate on the same play.
We're back at EGSL heading into the home half of inning number 5. 7, 8, and 9 for Oakland City. Pardon me, 8, 9, and 1 for Oakland City as Kinsley Heichelbeck steps in. She's 1 for 2, and she scored a run. The center fielder who's also flashed leather big time today. That's going to miss outside.
Ground out to third base would have been the third out. See?
That misses outside. 3 balls and no strikes to count. 3-0 to Heichelbeck. Strike, and it's 3-1. 3-1 the count. Oaks, 3 in the first, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth, scored in every inning except the second. That's an off-speed pitch that hits the inside corner for a strike. The Mighty Oaks have busted out 13 hits on the day. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th. First strikeout in the ball game for the relief pitcher, Morris. And Stewart, who is 2 for 2, will step in. She knocked a run in the 3rd. Hits that one into center field. Warning track power as it is taken by the center fielder, Sophia Guy. And that's the 2nd out of the 5th inning. Butcher, the starting pitcher, is up. 2 for 3 on the day. Low and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Her last at bat, she ended up knocking in 2. He knocked in Rhodes and Heichelbeck. That is high. 3 balls and no strikes the count. And that is a 4-pitch walk for Butcher. First walk of the ball game for Morris. And the first walk for Grenadier pitching is Casey Wood. Working at 0 for 3 days, steps in for the Mighty Oaks. And that is a strike, no balls, and 1 strike. Little one that's going to be hard to field. The throw to first is in time. Boy, I tell you what, Casey tried to beat it out with a head-first slide, but that is all for the Oaks in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base, 5 completed game 1 with the score Oakland City University 8 and Indiana University Southeast 3. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg, GoMightyOaks.com, and the Go Mighty Oaks YouTube channel. Yes. Back at EGSL, sliding into the 6th inning with Grace Stapleton. The left fielder up for the Grenadiers, and that is hit into right and is curving foul. No balls and 1 strike. Grace Stapleton, the left fielder, bounced out second to first in the third and walked, in the second, and walked in the third. Stapleton, a junior from Shirley, Indiana. In the dirt. At a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Butcher center. Heichelbeck covers a lot of territory. 1 gone in the Grenadiers' 6th inning. As Lester, 1 for 2 on the day. Base hit in the second, bounced out pitcher to first in the third. Again, Butcher 5 1/3, 91 pitches, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 23 batters faced, and that is a strike. No balls and 1 strike to Lester. Caitlin Lester, a junior from Greenwood, Indiana. And that is hit into foul territory. Bufford. That is a foul ball. It made a great try at that. Did they say it was fair? I thought it was foul, but she's standing on it first. So Lester is on it first. Mackey. Fouled off, no balls, 1 strike. Mackey is 0 for 2. Mackey, a redshirt sophomore from Columbus. Takes the drive down 65. I think we may have a runner for Lester, if I'm guessing. Courtney Holm, the coach. The runner is going to be Lizzie Lightgable. I need to look at my pronunciation on that. 22, Lightgable. Yeah, Lightgable is the runner. So she is on at first base with 1 out. Mackey at the plate, fouls that one off. No balls and 1 strike. Just misses 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mackey, 300 coming in. Lightgable has stole a base, has attempted to steal a base. That's going to get away on the third, and Lightgable's going to end up at second base. So Lightgable at second. A runner in scoring position for the Grenadiers. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out to Mackey. That is way up there. Stewart, the shortstop, is playing some incredible defense today. Going out well into left on that one, and that is the 2nd out of the 6th. Elena Winsler, the senior from Bloomington, at the plate. She is 1 for 2, struck out on the second, got a triple in the fourth. Heichelbeck head into fair territory. Stewart makes the play. So Stewart with 2 of the putouts in the sixth. And that is all for IUS in the top half of the sixth. No runs, a hit, no error, 1 left. We have played 5.5 with the score Oakland City University 8, Indiana University Southeast 3. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg. GoMightyOaks.com. Back at EGSL, the Oaks batting for what they hope is the final time here in the first game of the double dip. As the DP Bailey Cox is 2 for 3 in the game, but has scored a run and takes that first pitch, and that is a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Leister re-enters the contest, is back at third base for the Grenadiers. 1-1 to count to Cox. That's a strike, 1-2. Morris, the second pitcher of the ball game. 1 2/3 innings, 26 pitches. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 6 batters faced. Hadn't allowed a run yet as that's fouled out of play. Foley, the starter, went 3 1/3, 77 pitches, 13 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned, 1 strikeout, no walks, and 23 batters faced. 1 hopper back to Morris. She'll fire it to first, and there's 1 gone here in the 6th. Bufford will step in. She got herself a bomb of the first, a 2-run homer, and bounced out second to first in the third and flew out to center field in her last appearance in the 4th. One ball, no strikes. Good piece of hitting. That's in right field for a base hit, as Bufford is 2 for 4 today. Bufford out of Paducah, Kentucky. He's played an excellent first base. 18. So that is going to be Addie Duncan running for Bufford. So Duncan is at first. McCracken steps in, and McCracken did some cracking in her last plate appearance. She had a 2-run homer. She is 3 for 3 in the ball game and has scored 3 runs. And it's knocked a run in. That's low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Foul back. Let's play 2 today, so that's what we're going to do. And David and I love it so much, we're going to do a triple header today. We're heading back to the Johnson Center for college volleyball with your Oakland City University men's volleyball team. That is hit to the right, and that is a foul ball. Lemon went a long way and had a good shot at that, but couldn't quite get there. So McCracken's got another chance, and will try to keep her most perfect day continuing. That is hit and fouled out of play once again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Be somewhere around a half-hour break, and before the second game will get underway. That's into left field, and that's a base hit. Station to station baseball, as there was good play by Guy, the center fielder. So Addie Duncan goes to second, running for Bufford. And that is Rhodes at the plate. So McCracken 4 for 4 on the day. Rhodes, who is 2 for 3, will step in. In the infield. And that's a really easy double play to end the inning. And in the inning, the Oaks threaten but don't score, as there's no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. 6 complete in game 1. With the score, Oakland City University 8 and Indiana University Southeast 3. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg. We're back at EGSL. Grace Butcher's day is over. She is in position to win it. 6 innings pitched, 101 pitches, 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned. And Sonner, the junior out of Lanesville, the former Lanesville Eagle, is 6-2 with a 2.04 ERA, 13th appearance. She has started 5, completed 1, 48 innings pitched, 43 hits, 20 runs, 14 earned. Has struck out 24 and has walked 12, 5 doubles, 1 triple, 1 homer, a .229 batting average against, 3 wild pitches. As it's the bottom of the order, the shortstop Allen, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Foul down the third base line, as it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, freshman out of Coatesville, Indiana, and that's a 3-4 out. That was close. I tell you what, Allen hustled the first base line, but Rhodes got over there in time. And there's one gone here in the top half of the 7th. Josie Lemon, 1 for 3, steps in. No balls and 1 strike, the count. The 0-1 from Sonner. Blowing outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sonner also a pretty doggone good basketball player in a Lanesville team that went to the state finals. As that's hit into left center field, a base hit for Lemon. She is 2 for 4 on the contest. Eighth hit of the ball game for IUS compared to 15 for Oakland City. Walton steps in, and that is a strike. No balls and 1 strike. She is 0 for 3 on the day. Junior from Liston, Indiana. That is a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Into right, Butcher picks it up quickly, and they have the runner picked off between first and second. They tag her out to throw to home, and the run is going to score. So Walters is out at second, and Lemon will score to make it 8-4. But honestly, at this juncture in time, you'll take the out for the run. Guy, the center fielder, up. That misses outside. So the Grenadiers are down to their final out in game 1. Misses outside. 1-2 the count. But you have the run, but it does clear off the bases, which might not have been a bad thing there. It's 8-5 as Guy hits a home run, so it's a 3-run advantage now. And getting Mackenzie Walton at second base is turned into a semi-big deal, as Guy torched that one. As that was the 3rd home run of the year for Guy. Gaither, the DP, up 1 for 3 and knocked a run in today. It's now an 8-5 score as the Oaks trying to record the final out of the ball game. And that is a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Foul down the third base line. Whistle was on top of it, though, as the Grenadiers are down to their final strike. No balls and 2 strikes to Gaither in the dirt. Savannah Gaither, the senior out of Jeffersonville. 0-2. Fouls off again, so she stays alive. The win would go to Butcher. Grace would go to 7-4 on the year with the win. That is foul. The loss would go to Hallie Foley, who would go to 5-3. And the air and the ride. Butcher comes in, makes the play, and gets herself the win there. And that's going to do it for Indiana University Southeast. And the bottom half, or the top half, rather, the seventh, they get 2 runs, but it is Oakland City University that wins the ball game. 8-5, 8 runs, 15 hits, 1 error for Oakland City, 5 runs, 10 hits, and no errors for Indiana University Southeast. Once again, Butcher, the winning pitcher, while Foley took the loss as the game took actually 1 hour and 32 minutes is what I unofficially have here for game 1. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and we will be back for game 2 of the doubleheader today. So for our producer-director David Hose and Patty Bookta, I'm Walt Ferber saying so long for a little while. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill and GoMightyOaks.com and the Go Mighty Oaks YouTube.
The value of champions of character across all institutions is a message that we can all get behind.
The purpose behind Champions of Character is to have that student-athlete experience be one of growth.
Men's basketball on campus, we make sure that we give back with a smile and with a purpose.
Our goal as coaches is for our players to leave being better men, better husbands, better fathers, and better members in their community.
NAIA is Champions of Character.
The National Christian College Athletic Association is dedicated to keeping Christ at the center of intercollegiate athletics, empowering student athletes and coaches to make a meaningful impact for Christ. Our member schools embody the love of Christ through our game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. With 23 national championship events, we serve 88 member schools across the United States and Canada. The NCCAA, where ring chasing and king chasing converge.